Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome to your reading for the week of September 19th. We are just going to jump right in here, Aquarius, and we are going to see what is going on for you. In your first row, we're going to look at your general energies for the week, and that'll be that here. In your next row, we are going to look at where you are at on your path towards your destiny. I don't know, I need to come up with a better name for it, but that's what we're going to call it for now. In this row right here. In your next row, we are going to look at what your next steps should be at this time here. And that looks good. Damn, Aquarius, this is a very good row, except for that Two of Swords, but the rest of that is very nice. And then at the end, we're going to look at what you need to hear at this time in this last row. And you have a lot of aces, which is nice. Well, I should say two, but that is kind of a lot. Coming up for you. So kind of good. And at the end, we're also going to pull 3 yes or no question cards, by the way, and we're going to see what you get for that. But you start off here with the gate. It says, a barrier keeps you from your goal. I don't think that's true. I think you're breaking through barriers, actually, with this reading. It could be a mental barrier. You have a lot of swords cards, and you have the eight of swords. If we look at the reading here, King of Cups, 8 of Swords to the Ace of Pentacles. You know, this could be like a mental barrier. It could also be an emotional barrier with the King of Cups there. It could be a person if you're dealing with a water sign or something that's preventing you from moving towards the Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles is just an opportunity that you've wanted to grow, and I say you've wanted to grow this because of the Wheel of Fortune. And also you have this Cardinal card here, which is really standing out to me. So, you know, I feel for some of you that you could be breaking down these barriers, or you're going to have to like practice breaking down the barriers. You have the King of Cups, the 4 of Cups, and the Strength card. Something didn't go according to plan here with the 4 of Cups, but I feel like there's still an opportunity here is what I would say to you. 4 of Cups is kind of a card of contemplation and thinking about things. I feel this reading is encouraging you to take action or to take some sort of action just in general. And we see this across the entire reading. It's crazy. You know, going this way, this to me looks like a separation or separating away from something. 10 of Swords says something is dead, done, over with, just in general. Going this way, this would be like a turnaround or needing to create a turnaround from Strength, 8 of Swords to the Wheel of Fortune. And then again, going this way would represent getting in control of your emotions so that you can build something or take advantage of a big opportunity. I don't know. We're going to have to dig into this here, Aquarius. This is a pretty deep reading, I would say. You have the Strength card. Strength is an activity that you have to do every single day. Normally, on the Strength card, the lion is submitting to the lady that has her hands in the lion's mouth. And it kind of represents needing to tame your inner beast or needing to tame your inner critic or your inner voice. And I feel that for some of you. I feel you need to kind of tame that inner voice so that you can set yourself free from this gate that probably doesn't exist because of the 8 of Swords. You have the King of Cups here. I feel this is your emotions. You know, we had that Pisces full moon just a couple of days ago, or I'm shooting this on the 13th. This video will be up on the 15th or something like that, I think. I don't even know my own schedule, but you know, what I would say is that it was on the 10th. So it could be a very emotional time for you, and sorry, what a mess. Mercury retrograde, right, Aquarius? But what I would say is that I feel for a lot of you that you need to take control of your emotions because that'll probably help you out with this King of Cups energy. King of Cups traditionally is sitting in choppy waters, so it kind of represents the fact that he doesn't care what's going on around him. He understands that he is in control of his emotions. He chooses how he feels about this, that, and the other thing, plain and simple. So let's see what is going on here. With the King of Cups, you have the 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, see, something needs diligent work. Like if you feel like there's a barrier or a blockage or something that's preventing you from getting to a goal, that Ace of Pentacles and the 4 Wands. 4 Wands, it could be marriage, but 4 Wands is a finish line. It is freedom, right? And being set free. So 8 of Pentacles is daily activity. He is being diligent. It's a card of diligence and working on something day in, day out. So I feel something just needs some work, right? So that you can have a breakthrough here. This is one of those readings where I feel like you're trying to have a breakthrough maybe. With the 4 of Cups, you have the 4 of Pentacles holding on too tightly to something. You know, if this was a relationship here that didn't go according to plan, I would say that it's because of someone holding on to something else is what I would say. It could be money. maybe you're dealing with a person who's holding on to a past relationship. Maybe you're holding on to something. Again, not calling you out here, as I always say, Aquarius, but you never know. Could be something, right? So you're going to have to look, it's going to be different for all of you, but I feel like there were some boundaries or some barriers here if it was a relationship. For others, I feel like this is about just needing to set yourself free. Eight of Swords, with that Eight of Swords right next to it, Eight of Swords is about only seeing one way of doing things when there are many ways that we can accomplish all of our goals. And it just is about opening up. Even in that row, you have the Nine of Wands, which is about throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. When we experiment with the Nine of Wands, we become successful. With the Strength card, you have the Knight of Cups. See, I'm starting to believe that this is a love for some of you. You have the Knight of Cups, which could be a knight in shining armor. If it's not love, I would say that it's a dream that you have. The Knight of Cups is normally looking into that cup, and he is dreaming of something that he desires. It could be anything. It could be starting a business. You have this Enterprise card over here. It could be finding financial fulfillment. You have this Fulfillment card over here. So it could be anything. But it's definitely time for change. You end with this Butterfly card, and it says a change for the better. So I feel like there is a positive change coming in for you, but I also feel like a change needs to happen. Something needs to change in your life. I feel like you could be getting some messages here as well. I feel like these messages could be from your ancestors, could be happening in your dreams. You have this Cardinal card here. Cardinals could be important to you as well, Aquarius. But in this deck, I'm almost 100% sure that she says that the Cardinal can represent, number one, love. So there could be love coming in for you. If you have someone new coming in, definitely feel it could be love. But it could also be messages. I'm pretty sure in this deck that the creator of this deck says that the Cardinal represents messages from, passed on loved ones. These could be coming in the form of dreams and daydreams, and, maybe Cardinals are a message to you. Maybe birds are a message to you in general. You could be seeing other messages as well. Sometimes I find during Mercury retrogrades that, we can get a lot more messages during retrogrades. It's almost like the universe is trying to guide you here, and that's what I feel. This is coming up in the area of where you're at on your path to your destiny, by the way. And so I feel like your ancestors or, you're being guided in your dreams. I would trust those things. If you're saying to yourself, like, is this dream real or am I making this up? No, it's real, is what I would say. I feel like literally, passed on loved ones could be delivering you messages. You have the Nine of Wands, the Eight of Swords, and the Hangman here. Again, pretty simple row. I would say that you're much more prepared for something than you realize with that Hangman card. We'll talk about that in a minute. The Eight of Swords represents only seeing one way of doing things and needing to realize that there are many ways of doing things. So I feel like you need to open up to different ways of doing things. It could be anything. Could be love. Could be business. Could be money. Could be anything. But, she needs to set herself free. She's also normally standing in a very shallow pool of water on the Eight of Swords, and it kind of represents shallow emotions. Not calling you shallow, it just represents you could be making a bigger deal out of things than you need to, and it just says kind of like watch out for that. With the Hangman, I feel like you have made some sacrifices, but there's been no movement. Four of Pentacles, Four of Cups together, Hangman. This to me is, you have that Gate card. Something has been stuck in your life, or something has not moved. It has never gotten to a certain point. For some of you, maybe you've tried to build a business, but it's always stayed at the same level. Maybe you keep repeating the same patterns over and over and over again. Same thing in love. Maybe you're dealing with a certain person, but you're just repeating the same patterns over and over and over again. This is like a breakthrough reading. Like I said, I feel like you're breaking through to have a different pattern or to, experience something different. You have the Two of Swords. I actually kind of like the Two of Swords personally because normally on the Two of Swords, there's new island behind her, the lady on the Two of Swords. And, you see this Hangman, Two of Swords, Ace of Swords. It's like literally this reading is saying to me, moving, going to the new island, going to the new experience. You have that Butterfly card at the end is going to lead to a victory. So I feel like this is encouraging you to leave a comfort zone, this reading. Pretty simple. You have the Nine of Wands as well. Again, Nine of Wands is my card of experimentation. I feel like sometimes when we're stuck, it can be helpful to just come up with some new ideas and just say, I'm going to try something new. So if you're stuck in love, maybe you need to try communicating differently, maybe dressing differently. Maybe it has to do with using a different dating website or something, right? Doing something differently. Same thing with money as well. It's like if you're doing the same thing, you're going to be stuck. But if you try something new, you'll probably set yourself free. With the Nine of Wands, you have the World. Something has changed. For sure, I feel that the World represents completion, ending a cycle. It looks to me like you're ending a cycle here in a big way, and this is probably going to lead to a change for the better, right? You have that Wheel of Fortune right next to the World, definitely a cycle coming to an end. With the Eight of Swords, you have the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords can be lying, cheating, stealing, but funny enough, Seven of Swords can also represent doing things differently. He has these, he's stealing these swords from this army in the background here. And so he's going to war, but he's not going to war by facing these people on the card. He's stealing the swords so that they can't be used in battle. So it's about doing things differently. And I kind of feel that. I also feel like you need more fun or something. Sorry, as usual, I have something in my eye. But I feel like you need to do something more fun in your life. The polka dots on the tarot represent needing to have more fun. With the Hangman, or the Hangwoman here, you have the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords, you have all these swords cards. A lot of worrying here is what I feel, Aquarius. I feel like you need to get out of your head, for sure. It's actually a good reading. But I feel there's a lot of worrying about exploring the unknown, about going to that new island on the Two of Swords. I feel like that's where the worries are kind of coming from. Next, for your next steps, you have this Enterprise card, and you also have this Fulfillment card. That looks good to me. I feel like there could be financial fulfillment coming in for you. For those of you that are thinking about starting a business or who have a business, I feel like you need to get moving here because I feel there's a lot of success for you. You have the Wheel of Fortune and the Ace of Pentacles, but with that Two of Swords, I would say that you need to leave a comfort zone. Sometimes I think we set, and this has been studied. They did a study where they found that people who went from making like $50,000 a year to making $100,000 a year always went back a few years later to making $50,000 because that was like their comfort zone. They went back down to their comfort zone. I feel like this is saying leave a comfort zone so you can have a better life or so you can have more abundance. You have the Wheel of Fortune, the Two of Swords, and the Ace of Pentacles here. The Two of Swords is about needing to, again, go to the new island. Traditionally, on a traditional Two of Swords, the lady on the Two of Swords has a new island behind her, and she has a blindfold on, just like on the Eight of Swords. So it's about needing to open up. I feel like some of you tried to protect yourself from something here in your life, and it could have led to an ending. So if you maybe didn't take big enough risks in business, for example, it could have led to an ending. Although I feel like you're kind of getting a second chance here with the Wheel of Fortune. So it's not like in the end, right? And this is the perfect thing to do during Mercury retrograde. Revisit something that you've been working on, project, business, idea, even if you're retired, right? You could be working on a project or something like that, revisiting it, something that didn't work out. Looks like you're breathing new life into it. That's what I feel like you're doing. You have the Wheel of Fortune. Definitely a change in your fortunes. I feel like your fortunes also need to change. I'm getting both messages for you here, Aquarius. I feel like there is a change in your fortunes. It looks like if you're putting in the work, you're going to be making more money. But I also feel there are some things that you want to accomplish that do require your fortunes to change, meaning that you're going to have to make more money, obviously, to be able to do some of the things that you want to do. For some of you, this could be like expanding your business. For others, I feel like there's something about a move or wanting to travel here coming up. And that could be what you're hoping, to change through your fortunes changing. It looks to me like they are, so love it. You have the Ace of Pentacles. I feel like you have a solid, glowing opportunity in front of you, but you're going to have to put the work in. I have never seen the Ace of, actually maybe one other time, but almost every single person has had the Ace of Pentacles this week. The thing with the Ace of Pentacles is it's just an opportunity. It's not something that is set in stone. Tarot isn't set in stone as far as I'm concerned. To me, people always leave me comments. You said this would happen and nothing happened. I'm always like, yeah, because you didn't do anything, right? It's like tarot can't make anything happen for you. It can't do anything for you. It can't make anything that, make your dreams come true or any of that. It's only loose guidance at best, as I always say. And you have to take action. You have to take action to make these opportunities happen. If you do that, you'll be successful. If you don't, you won't. Plain and simple. But this looks very, very good to me. Let's see. With the Wheel of Fortune, you have the Ten of Cups, fortune after difficulty, happy home, happy family, good things coming in for you, so love it. With the Two of Swords, you have the Devil. For some of you, you could literally be separating away from a devil person. You have the Ten of Swords right next to it. So for some of you, you could be separating away from something toxic in your life, or you need to separate away from something toxic. Normally on the Two of Swords, she has the swords crossed over her heart. She's like trying to protect her heart. But sometimes I think we do try to protect something toxic in our life, like a person, family member, a love situation, whatever, for whatever reason, right? And I feel this is encouraging you to separate away. With the Ace of Pentacles, you have the Ace of Wands. Look at all these aces. It's funny that I said all these aces and then corrected myself. I was like, there's only two. Here you go. All these aces. Definitely a passionate new beginning coming in for you. Now, this could be a new love opportunity for sure. Something very passionate. Love it. Next, for what you need to hear right now, you have this scissors card. It says disappointment in some affair. We've already talked about the disappointment that's going on here. You have the butterfly as well. It says a change for the better. So I feel that there is a much better change coming in for you. For some of you, I feel like you've experienced a disappointment. And again, scissors, right? There's two blades, kind of like the two of swords going on here. So I feel if you've had a disappointment, that you could be revisiting it, but you're going to have to leave a comfort zone to change the disappointment. Change it with the butterfly card, right? You have the Ace of Swords, the Ten of Swords, and the Four of Wands. This is some sort of ending that some sort of uncomfortable ending that I feel like you've experienced. I'm not going to, sugarcoat it. I feel like there's been an uncomfortable ending in your life, and now you're kind of like moving on, but Ten of Swords says something is dead, done, over with. The solution to the Ten of Swords, it is a card of rock bottom. Number one, it says, get out of victim mode, right? Don't be a victim. With this energy, you might be a victim, and I'm not going to sugarcoat that either. Or maybe you have been a victim of something, but it kind of represents the getting back up and the healing from that, part of your life, or maybe some part of your life there. For others, I feel that this is talking about the sun coming up, because the sun is normally rising on the Ten of Swords, but other than that, you have the Ace of Swords, so definitely a victory coming in for you. I feel like this change for the better is part of this victory. Again, this could also be here. I feel like going somewhere you've never been before, ending a cycle, doing things differently is what's going to lead to the most success for you. With the Four of Wands, could be marriage, but Four of Wands is really a card of freedom. Four of Wands is kind of a card of completion. Normally it looks like a finish line. It's my finish line card. It's a card of finishing things up, or completing a project or something else, or completing a cycle. And I feel you're bringing a long-term cycle to an end in your life. And, for some of you, this could be like generational. Maybe your family always does things the same way and you're bringing it to an end, which is very Neptune and Pisces, by the way. And you could be bringing a cycle to the end. I feel you really need to listen to your dreams with that cardinal card, like I said. With the Ace of Swords, you have the Knight of Wands. There's the adventure. Literally what I was saying with the Two of Swords. Knight of Wands is all about going on adventure, going to a new place, going to a new location. And so I feel for some of you, literally could be travel, but for others, I feel like you're just being spontaneous. The best way we can work with the Knight of Wands energy is to be spontaneous. If we have a random opportunity that takes us outside of our comfort zone and we embrace it, then we'll probably have a lot of fun, good things coming in. With the Ten of Swords, you have the Judgment card. I kind of get second chance vibes here. Like I said, but you have to leave a comfort zone to get the second chance. If this is, remember what I was saying, if this is like a business that didn't work out, you're almost breathing new life into it. But I feel, you have to do things that you didn't do before. I also feel like you have to set a new comfort zone, which is outside of whatever the old comfort zone is. So, I would encourage you to do that here. With the Four of Wands, you have the Five of Cups. Five of Cups is like disappointment or regrets. I feel like you need to get away from this energy and realize that you have a lot to be grateful for. When we turn around with the Five of Cups, we get the Two Cups, the Bridge, and the Castle. And the Castle represents safety, security, comfort, protection. So I do feel like being grateful for something could be very helpful at this time. But a pretty interesting reading, I'm not going to lie. I feel like there's some good stuff and some challenges that you've been going through here, Aquarius. I would definitely watch your emotions, like I said. So, keep an eye on that. But we're going to pull 3 yes or no question cards now, Aquarius. We're going to do 1, 2, and 3 right here. 1, 2, 3. Feel free to pause this reading if you need time to think of your questions. 1, 2, 3. For question number 1, you have the Queen of Swords. I would say yes. I feel like you already know the answer to this. So she is clear for the first time. So yes. For question number 2, I would say yes. 2 of Cups. Perfect match. Soulmate type energy here. 2 of Cups is also you and your higher self. And look at the color. She is red right here. So again, I feel this cardinal card, this card, outside of love, to me, this card can represent communicating with your higher self through your dreams, your daydreams, just meditating, whatever. And I feel doing that would be very beneficial for you. For question number 3, I would say yes, 3 of Cups. Definitely a celebration. Could be a reunion as well, but I would say yes. This looks pretty good for you, Aquarius. So thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your month.